What's up, it's BT here, and this is the review of the Ducky Emerald SF Mecha. Ducky has really withstood the test of time, and they are still popular to this day with gamers and people trying to get into smaller form factor keyboards. I personally never get tired of reviewing Ducky boards because they always bring something new, just like this one, their Ducky Emerald SF Mecha. They've really been blurring the lines recently between stock and custom, and this keyboard is a testament to that. The question then becomes, can they charge $160 for this? We're gonna find out today. But before we jump into the action, I have a word from our sponsor, Morning Brew. I, like many of you, start my day off by browsing social media, looking for vital pieces of news and information to start off my day, just so I'm caught up on all the newest happenings in the world. But after about 30 minutes, you've learned nothing, and now you're late to start your day. If this sounds like you, then I have the perfect solution for you. By signing up with Morning Brew, they send you a newsletter that's compiled with the latest in news, business, tech, and finance. And the best part of it is that it only takes 5 minutes to read the whole thing. That means there's more time in your mornings to do what matters most. You often find stories that you would have never found on your own. I know this has happened to me multiple times while using Morning Brew. And the really cool part of it is that it's no ordinary newsletter, as it's presented in a fun and witty way in an easy to read format. It's not super wordy and gets straight to the point, and it's a joy to read every single morning. There's a lot of great stories here that will impress your friends and family, and the best part of it is that it is completely free to sign up, and it only takes 15 seconds to get it going. So what are you waiting for? Hit that link in the description and head over to Morning Brew, enter your email, and change your mornings forever. All right, so starting off with what's in the box, we have the standard stuff here. You'll of course get the keyboard and all of its 65% goodness, blending a small footprint with more functionality than a 60% keyboard. In the box, you'll find the keyboard, a switch puller, and a USB-C cable. All right, now back to this beautiful keyboard. It's a part of their Mecha series, which means you get that amazing heavy aluminum case. This time is done in an iridescent emerald finish. I really love it. When you turn the keyboard over, it shimmers and you get small glimpses of purple in there when turning the keyboard all around. Gorgeous, gorgeous case. If all stock keyboards came like this, I could retire from reviewing keyboards. It's that nice, okay? I wouldn't go that extreme. I'm not leaving you guys, but just saying, it's that good. They also have 4 feet on the bottom that are super grippy. They also have kickstand feet if you want to raise the keyboard up at an angle. On the back left side, they have the standard USB-C port, detachable cable. We love to see it. I would love to see the USB port move to the middle on some of their future keyboards, or at least on this Mecha series, just to make it a little bit more special. It just looks cleaner in my opinion. On the front of the keyboard is my favorite part of this keyboard, and that is the Ducky badge you get. If you watch my past videos on customs, you know that I love this. There's a screw that holds down the badge portion. It does make it look a little less clean because this is tray mounted like most Ducky keyboards. This is a workaround that they use to actually put the badge onto the keyboard to give it this look. So on the one hand, I really like it, and on the other hand, it's not as clean as I would like. These also feature the orange, teal, and blue keycap set that match pretty well with the aesthetic of the case. They do have some extra blue mods in the box, but it's only for one side of the keyboard. I love to see them add a whole set of mods for the entire keyboard just to have options, right? It looks a little bit weird only having one side be a different color and then one side having that original stock orange. That being said, you'll either love this or you'll hate it, but color aside, Ducky PBT keycaps still remain top tier when it comes to stock keyboards. PBT will be more resistant than cheap ABS of the past, but more and more companies are adapting PBT, but even then, there are varying qualities of PBT, and I still feel like Ducky does it right. I do feel like it's hard to match this case with a third-party set. It's just like such a cool color and so unique that it can be. Like if you put some white keycaps on here, I don't think it would look that great, but if you throw on some rubberized keycaps or something like that, like most people do or are doing, it's gonna look pretty cool, especially since you've got that white plate that helps the RGB bounce off of it. They have 10 different modes like before. You can even turn it off if you want to. If you love RGB, needless to say, the Ducky Emerald SF will deliver. Now, these are only available in Cherry MX switches at the moment. If you're new and don't know what to get, I recommend Cherry MX Reds. They're decently smooth and aren't too heavy. They're a really good middle ground for typing and gaming. If you want to annoy your friends and family, get the blue switches because the tactility and sound is off the charts. You'll hear every keystroke possible with a blue Cherry MX Cherry MX Blue switch. I do like these for tactical shooters like CSGO and Valorant. I find that when you're doing like counter strafing, it really helps having that tactility and that sound to go with it to really signify when you've come to a dead stop. So let's drop a sound test so you guys can hear what this keyboard sounds like. Oh yeah, I gotta give it up for this board. It sounds really good. The stabilizers are, for a lack of a better word, stable, barely any rattle, and they are very solid. Could you imagine if this keyboard was hot swap? Sheesh. $160, 100% worth it. For most people, building is still a daunting task, so if I could get this keyboard into their hands with Cherry MX switches, I'm happy with it. When you look at mainstream keyboards like a K70 or K95, which can run up to like $170, $200, and those are in the mainstream stores, I would much rather have something of this quality and this look on the shelves to give to the common consumers. When you look at the quality difference between these and what's on the shelves these days, this blows everything out of the water, especially for $160. For gaming, this keyboard will deliver you a quality experience, comfortable to type on, great case, RGB if you're into that, solid PBT keycaps. For $160 for a stock keyboard that you can plug and play, it checks off all the boxes. In terms of bang for the buck, the keycaps are $50 by themselves, the switches are around $50. That leaves the aluminum case, PCB, and the plate for roughly $60. Not a bad deal if you ask me. Highly recommend this keyboard. They're also gonna have that onboard system for customizing the keyboard if you're missing some switches, so that you're gonna have your function layers, and you can do that using the commands from the book. Go back to my older videos if you wanna see in detail how to do that. But Ducky gives you everything that you can need. You'll have the multimedia keys, you have that 65% form factor, so you're gonna get the arrow keys. So if you're somebody that's coming from a mainstream keyboard like a Corsair, a Logitech, a HyperX or something like that, you're coming over to something like this and you're missing your multimedia keys, you can configure that still and like put them along the right hand side on like the function layer. Ducky has in the booklet how to go through that as well. Like I said, $160, great keyboard. I'll drop a link as to where you can pick up this gorgeous keyboard down below. All right guys, it has been your boy BT. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.